So, I'm going to show you how I preload my guylines. I like to have my guylines prepared like this so that if there's going to be high wind and I need to attach it to a tent or to another system, that it's ready to go, but not always hanging on my tent. So firstly, how do these work? At the tip, I make sure that I have a loop so that, let's say this would be my tent. There's always going to be a little loop where you put your stake in, right? So normally you'd be putting your stake in here, but let's say, for example, you need to put the stake out further, or you want to add extra guylines to a tent. So for that, we just put in a very simple clove hitch, which is putting it through, and then you can pass the entirety of the rest of it through. And it's pretty much ready to go now. So it's tied on, and if I need to deploy it, I can deploy it. But I'm going to show you how I put these together and some of the features that are into it. So, because of the knot, it's very simple to just take it out and have most of the line untangled and ready to go. On one end, as we already discussed, there is a loop, and right beside it, you see there's like another knot going on. So that's actually going to be a tarp line hitch. So what that is a knot that can slide on a rope, but then once this is under tension, it won't move anymore. So I could have a variable distance. When it's brought all the way up, this hank and this line is about a meter, let's say a little bit more than a meter long. But because of this, I could pull it out so that it ends up being 2.5 meters long, which is more than enough for pretty much any situation that I'm going to be in. And since it's preload like this big loop, it makes it quite simple to not tangle it as easily. Now, I'm going to show how to set this up. Simply put, I cut my rope into 2.5 meters of length. I find that's roughly a good enough distance. On the end, you're just going to make a loop and then tie a normal shoe knot, so just a knot on itself, like that. A little bit bigger makes it easier to pull it through, but I find that if I can get my thumb through, it's probably good enough. So this one's a little big. Just gonna move it back. Okay, so once that's done, we need our other working end. We're gonna make another loop on this side, and we're gonna take the working end, we're gonna place it over and then around only one side, around one side again, and then it's going to come over that other side, under, and through the little hole we just made. I like my ends to be nice and short, but at the end of that, we should now have something that, while under tension, won't move, but we can easily adjust so that if we're using, let's say, like a deck stake, where really tension is going to be really, really important. So a deck stake or a fishbone stake is when you're setting up a tent on a deck. So tension is going to be really important on that. So there you go. And then what we do is I just pull it all the way to the end. So that they're both together. And then to make the hank, I pull the other end of the rope together, pinch it, hold, fold on itself, do that again, fold on itself. And when it's about 8 inches long, this is when I just do another big overhand knot together, and they're binded together. So now it's really hard to tangle these up. They also will fit in some tent stakes bags, just nice and straight. And since they're all uniform, I can deploy them and easily to pass them around, or even stuff them into a pocket if you're going around a shelter and you're going to be setting them up without them getting tangled too much. And there you go. That's how I set up my guylines for adventures.